Hello, welcome to the podcast. Welcome back to the... Well, if this is your first time listening, then it would be welcome too. Anyway, it's been... this is probably the longest I've ever gone not recording. It's been a crazy week here. It's not like the other time where I was having a problem with the hosting. It was actually, I was busy in the real world. Nothing to do with the podcast. Let me see. Well, it says here that it says on YouTube that my last video, the last episode was 5 days ago. So, yeah, it still feels like forever. So actually, it was a little different on my last episode, the Zodiac Killer, because you know how I had to do it in 2 parts. I wasn't able to, I had to edit it together, and I didn't have any program on my phone or computer that can edit audio together. I have audio editing software and apps, but they only edit one thing, but I can't splice any together. I could trim, but I couldn't, put them together. So what I ended up doing was I had to put them together on my... I have that video director app that I paid for. It's like a professional video editor on my phone. I just put them together with the thumbnail I made and then posted it to YouTube. And then I had to convert that to audio. and then upload that to Podcastics, which is kind of funny because usually it's the other way around. YouTube's usually the last one I do. It's like I worry about YouTube after everything else has been posted, but I started with YouTube this time, or last time. And I think I figured out the reason it cut off is the problem was that I have my screen set to go off after 5 minutes, and because I keep having to look down at it and touch the screen to make sure it doesn't go off, and I stopped paying attention, and then it went off, and the next thing I know it wasn't recording. So I think when the screen goes off, the app stops recording. So before I started recording, I changed it to 30 minutes. So yeah. Anyway, this is an episode I've been wanting to do for a while, but I was trying not to do too many pop culture things, and it looks like I haven't done any in a while, so I'm gonna do this. It's an episode about my favorite game studio, Ubisoft. And I know a lot of people don't like Ubisoft. They say they're not a real gaming studio. I actually hear that a lot. A huge chunk of the video game market out now is Ubisoft. You got Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, you got all of the Tom Clancy games, including Rainbow Six Siege, and all the Rainbow Six, and you got the Splinter Cells, and the Ghost Recon games, Just Dance. They even do Rayman, and they even do like Uno and Monopoly and Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune and all of those little games. So they have a wide range of games that they do. It's not just one type. If you hear someone say it's a Rockstar game, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. It's Grand Theft Auto or some kind of Grand Theft Auto type game. So Red Dead Redemption is GTA in the Old West. Bully is GTA in a schoolyard. Manhunt is, well, okay, that's not GTA, but it's still very graphic. You pretty much know what you're getting with a Rockstar game, with the exception of, I think, like in their early years. I haven't played it. No one ever talks about it, but I think Rockstar used to do a pool game, billiards or something. I don't know. I thought it was a joke, and then I actually looked, and yeah, it was a thing. But let's see if I can do this. I cannot do this. Okay, so I moved I moved where my computer and consoles and everything were, because it was very cluttered, and I had like all my consoles were blocking my TV, the bottom of my screen. So because I had them sitting like directly in front of my TV, so I bought a collapsible table I set it up next to the TV, and I set all my consoles and the computer and everything on it. The downside being that my keyboard and mouse don't reach me anymore. Next paycheck I have to get a wireless mouse and keyboard. I when I realized they didn't reach, what I did was I grabbed the keyboard and I like took a step back and sat down, and the keyboard got yanked out of my hands, and when it hit the ground, some of the keys popped out. And the mouse, it slammed on the ground too. I don't see any real damage, but I have to lean forward and do it on what the TV's on, and it's very annoying. But basically, I pre-ordered Watch Dogs Legion, and because I don't pre-order a lot of games unless it's a Ubisoft game, because I already know it's going to be good, because it's Ubisoft. I think the only bad year Ubisoft has had, in my opinion, was 2014, when they tried to rush out 2 Assassin's Creed games at once. And there was Rogue on Xbox 360 and PS3, and Assassin's Creed Unity on Xbox One and PS4. And they tried to do both games, and they can only put the focus on one, and that went to Rogue. So Unity, the first Assassin's Creed game on next gen consoles, ended up being terrible. It was not terrible. It's still a great game. It's just it was unfinished. It was a broken, unplayable mess. And if you go back and look at the videos at the time, it's like how could a AAA studio release something like this? And I don't think they fully recovered from that, because like there's a lot of people that when I say I legitimately love Ubisoft, they always point to that. And the first Watch Dogs game, I think it came out the same year. Watch Dogs and Unity came out, I think, the same year. And at E3, it showed, these amazing top-tier photorealistic graphics, and when it was released, I mean, it still looked amazing, but it was, like, slightly throttled a little bit. It wasn't as graphically impressive as it was. You see the side-by-sides, and it's, like, I honestly didn't notice anything until I saw the side-by-sides, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess they did downgrade it. It doesn't really affect the gameplay. It's still a great game. But everyone's like, oh, Ubisoft sucks. This is the worst game ever made. Watch Dogs sucks. Because they downgraded the graphics slightly. It's still a good game. You can play it. It's not a broken mess like Unity was. I mean, granted, there's probably glitches in Watch Dogs. I never came across any. I mean, every game has glitches. I mean, there's no such thing as a glitchless game. At least a AAA game. The bigger the game, the more likely there is to be glitches. So I pre-ordered Watch Dogs Legion, and I wanted to do this video before. I was going to do it the night it came out, because I think it came out I don't remember. It was like last week, I think. But yeah, I was going to do it the day before. But I changed my mind. I decided I wanted to play the game first and then do a video. I was going to do a video, I'm going to do a podcast on the Watch Dogs series, and then I was like, if I want to talk about Watch Dogs, I want to talk about Ubisoft as well. So the game came out, and I've been playing it. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. And tonight I pre-ordered I didn't just pre-order Watch Dogs Legion. I did the Ultimate Edition, because that's how much faith I have in Rockstar. I mean, wow, how much faith I have in Ubisoft. That I know it's the content. I don't even know what's the season pass. I don't know everything that's coming with it. I know the Bloodlines DLC, because that's what everyone was talking about that. And some people hate the fact that they're doing that, but I love it. I got excited. That's the only DLC I know about that's coming in the season pass and everything. I bought the Ultimate. I pre-ordered the Ultimate Edition, so I'm getting all the DLC and everything. I was planning on pre-ordering the Ultimate Edition of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but it comes out in less than a week. It comes, I think, today's the 6th. Yeah, today's the 6th, and it comes out. I'm hearing conflicting reports. I'm hearing it comes out the 10th, and I'm hearing it comes out on the 12th. One or the either way, it comes out in less than a week. Either way, and my next paycheck is after that. I got paid yesterday now, and the way I pre-ordered the Watch Dogs Ultimate, it was 120. I can't do that in one paycheck. I put 70 away, one paycheck, and then I did the rest the next week, and that's how I did that. And so last paycheck I put away 70, but then I had to help somebody, and there went that 70. So this week I think I wanted the pre-order bonus, which is an exclusive mission. Way of the Berserker, I think. I was like, I literally went on the page to see what the pre-order bonus was. I was like, if it's like an exclusive spear or something, I'm not going to worry about it. And it said it was like an exclusive mission, just like an entire quest line that's exclusive to pre-order. And I was like, fine. And I accidentally pre-ordered it. I went ahead and hit the button, and I went to what I was planning on doing was going to the buy now, and then talking myself out of it when it popped up, because I was gonna say I'm sure it'll come out, it'll be available for free anyway later on, so I'll just hold off on pre-ordering it. And then I hit the button on accident to buy it, and then I panicked and I X'd out of the Xbox store, thinking, okay, good, that was a close call. And then my phone went and it was my card saying I was charged by Xbox. I didn't get the Ultimate Edition. I bought the Standard Edition with the mindset that I can just buy the add-ons later. So I accidentally pre-ordered a game I was planning on pre-ordering. If that makes any sense. But anyway, I'm gonna go to here. I don't have a weight. In order to type, I have to stand up and stand over the keyboard. It's not backlit. My next keyboard has to be backlit. Wait, I can just set the keyboard on the table too. No, not that. Okay, I'm gonna have to stand up. Too much going on. Okay, this is very uncomfortable. I cannot wait to have the situation change. The room I'm recording from is way too small. Like, everything is in everything else's way. So, yeah. Anyway, Ubisoft. That's the website. That's not what I wanted. Wikipedia. There we go. Let's see. Games. Is this a list of games? List of Ubisoft games. This is going to be really long. Okay, list of Ubisoft games, 1986 to 1999. I honestly forgot that they were that old. Oh, okay, you know how I said that they have a bunch of, like, littler games that you wouldn't expect? Like, you know they do Assassin's Creed and Tom Clancy, but then they do, like, Wheel of Fortune. This, and Uno, this isn't a new thing. Their very first game was in 1986, and they did Trivial Pursuit. Followed by Zombie with an I, with just an I. And then I'm scrolling down. Let's see how much I know. There's a lot here. It's still in the 80s. Wait, what system were these on? So their first game, Trivial Pursuit '86, was released on a Thomson TO8. Wait, I never even heard of that. Let me see. It was a home computer introduced by French company Thomson SA in 1986. It replaces its predecessor, the Thomson TO770, while remaining essentially compatible. So, I've never heard of that one. Okay, what's the first one I've heard of? There's a French game that was released in 1987 on DOS. And then, yeah, okay, I see, Johnny Connor's Pro Tennis Tour on Commodore 64. And I don't know that one either. Honestly, I'm waiting to see the first game on like a Sega or Nintendo, and I'm not seeing. I'm already in 1990, and I don't see anything on anything I recognize. I mean, other than the Commodore, and there's Atari ST and DOS, Super Nintendo Entertainment System. All right, 1992, and the game is Jimmy Connor's Pro Tennis Tour. Okay. And then on the Game Boy in 1992, they had Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back on Game Boy. I think I already said that. Then on Game Boy in 1993, they had Johnny Connor's Tennis. What does it do with that? Let's see. What's the 1995 on PlayStation, the first Rayman game. I honestly didn't know it went back that far. I thought Rayman was like, I didn't think I heard of Rayman until like the mid 2000s. Because even though I'm a lifelong gamer, I don't know every game out there. I've never even heard of that Johnny Connor's Tennis. Of course, I'm not into those kind of games. So, Street Racer in 1995 on Sega Genesis. Let's see. Rayman Designer on Microsoft Windows. Gex on Windows. Let's see. What? On Windows? Okay, let's see. It was... Okay, I'm on the Gex page. It was developed by... It doesn't even say Ubisoft on here. Oh, yeah, it does. Ubisoft only worked on the PC version. It was released on PlayStation, Nintendo 64, Windows, Game Boy Color. Let's see, was it ever re-released? I want to play that. I like that game. And then, scrolling down, they did Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. They did Rayman 2. There's a lot here. And by 1999 they already had an impressive list of games, most of which I've never heard of, obviously. Alright, now this is 2000 to 2009. Inspector Gadget, Rayman 2, Rayman again, Disney's Dinosaur. Let's see, it's scrolling down. Batman Beyond, I think I played that, maybe. Return of the Joker? I think I might have played that. Disney's Aladdin? That was released in 2000 for Game Boy Color. Another Batman. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Spear. Actually, hang on. Let me see. Rainbow Six. Okay, the very first Rainbow Six game was it done by them? I don't think the original was done by them. I played the version on Dreamcast. The of Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, the original. It's actually the game that got me into like stealth, like a tactical stealth type game like that. But I've played some of the other Rainbow Six games, and none of them, not even Siege, is as good as the original, in my opinion. I own Siege. I bought it just, it was on sale, and I know how popular it is, and it's not a bad game. I'm not saying that all the other ones absolutely suck. I'm just saying they're not as good as the original. So I did play it a couple times. I couldn't get into it. When did I think? It's the sequel to Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six Rogue Spear is a sequel to the original, and I guess it's the first one done by Ubisoft. So I think this is when they got into the Rainbow Six games. They did a lot of versions of Disney's Dinosaur, and there's a lot. Wow, just in the year 2000 alone, there's already a lot of games. It's actually there's so many in 2000. It's actually before on the 86 to 99, it would just put the year, and on this one, it's actually showing the month and the date sometimes and the year. So that's how many. This is just in 2000. They should just have a section for 2000. Sea Dogs. I think I heard of that. Tom and Jerry and Fist of Fury. Myst 3. I've heard of that series. I've never played it. Let's see. I'm looking at the Wikipedia for Myst series. Let me see. Is it done by... Developers are Ubisoft. That's overall. Let's see. First game in the series was not Ubisoft. And from the looks of it, it released on everything. Even released on iOS and Android. Wow, okay. No, I went to the wrong tab. Alright, let's see. How many Myst games are there? 5. And there's a spin-off called Uru? What's the most recent? Okay, let's see. Games. Oh, the first one was done in 93. Oh, the second game was called Riven. It goes Myst, Riven, Myst 3, and then Uru, Myst 4, Myst 5 is 2005. And that was the last one. Apparently there's no future. I'm not saying anything. Oh, wait. In 2019 Village Roadshow, it's a movie studio. You'd recognize the logo. They announced that they have acquired the rights to the franchise and plans to expand its mythology to develop a multi-platform universe which includes movies and TV series. So that's kind of cool. I literally know nothing about it. I just know it's really popular, and so at least for the fans, I hope that they do that because that sounds really cool. There's a game called Stupid Invaders for the Dreamcast. I think I've heard of it. Don't think I've played it. Batman Vengeance. Disney's Tarzan in 2001. That's 2 years after the movie came out. Worms. I remember that game. Inspector Gadget again. I'm just reading off a list of games that I know or don't know. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Desert Siege. I think I own that one on Xbox One backward compatibility. I think they released it on Games with Gold. Unless it's a different one, I don't know. It looks like a desert. Wait, Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind? That was Bethesda. Why are they listed on here? Why is that game listed on here? I'm really confused. Yeah. Okay, yeah, everything here's saying Bethesda. Maybe that was an error. Somebody put, let's see, Control F. UB. Oh, Ubisoft. Okay, there we go. And on January 3rd, 2002, Bethesda announced that game publisher Ubisoft would take control of the European distribution of Morrowind and 8 other Bethesda games. Under Ubisoft's supervision, Morrowind's European release took place in 2 stages. A semi-localized version of the game was released in May, containing a translated manual but leaving the game's text in untranslated English. A fully localized version of the game was translated with translated versions of both, was released in August. Ubisoft Group brand manager Thomas Peterson described the difficulties in translating a universe featuring more than 1 million words as quite a task. So cool, I didn't know that. The Ubisoft to handle the European distribution of Morrowind. That is really cool. I have kind of always wondered. I know this will never happen. At least not in the way I'm wanting. I would love for some of these big companies to hand over, at least for like a 1 game deal. I consider like 3 of the biggest companies to be Ubisoft, Bethesda, and Rockstar. Those are like the 3 biggest in my mind. I know there's other big ones, but those are the 3 that come to mind when I think game studio. I want them to like switch games, like have Bethesda work on a Grand Theft Auto and Ubisoft work on an Elder Scrolls and Rockstar work on an Assassin's Creed or something. That would be really interesting. I've always wanted to see. I was thinking, like, what if you had, like, but not Bethesda. What if Rockstar made an Elder Scrolls game? That would just be really cool, or something like that. I mean, we kind of have things like that. Like now, Bethesda owns Fallout, and so we know what a Bethesda Fallout looks like. It's better than the original Fallout. I know this is probably an unpopular opinion, but I don't like the first 2 Fallouts and like those spin-offs, the Brotherhood of Steel games, and I don't like those. It's the top-down real-time strategy. I've played it. An old roommate of mine actually had the first 2 on his computer, and I bought Fallout 4, and he saw how much I loved it. He goes, "Oh, if you love that, you'll love the originals." And so he had them on his computer. I'm like, "Oh, yay! I want to play it." I mean, I knew what they were, but I don't blanket hate all top-down games. I mean, the Zelda started out as top-down, and I love those games. It's just like generally those kind of games are not interesting to me. So, but I still went in, like, there's a game that I didn't think I would like simply because it was top down. I ended up loving. It was a Games with Gold title. I think it's Victor Vron. I every time I get a game from Games with Gold, I always at least try it, just because I have it. And then I hate when I have a list of games and like half of them I've never played. So even if it's something I'm pretty sure I won't like, I usually just boot it up and usually I'll go until I get at least an achievement, so it's not a complete waste of time because it adds to my gamer score. So I booted up Victor Vron, thinking, okay, let's just get through the first achievement and get this over with. But then I got halfway through the game and I'm like, this game is actually really good. So yeah, all of that from Morrowind. Alright, let's see. They did a bunch of UFC games. I've been skipping over those because, yeah. Ghost Recon Island Thunder, Mega Man Battle Network, Sum of All Fears, Tomb Raider. They worked on a Tomb Raider. They worked on a Rocky game. In 2002, they worked on 2 games at, I guess at the same time. Cats 5 and Dogs 5. I don't know what those are. They're not even linked. They don't have a Wikipedia page. I'll probably never find out. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, 2002. Street Fighter Alpha 3. Wow, there's a lot of games here. And then Batman Vengeance. I already said that. Bratz. Oh wait, Bratz doesn't have a Wikipedia. You would think something like Bratz would. It's like a massive franchise or something. Rayman 3, Rainbow Six 3, Raven Shield, Shadow Mane. I think I've heard of that. 2003. Ape Escape, Charlie's Angels, Ghost Recon Island Thunder. I already said that again. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Okay, there's a game here that I've seen a million times. Came out in 2003. I think they re-released it at some point. And I don't know how to pronounce it, if it's 13 or XIII. Because one time I said, I was talking about, I said, oh, it was, crap, what was it called? Somebody had a bunch of games, and I was like, oh, look, it's 13, and they were like, what? And I held it up, and they're like, it's not called 13, it's called XIII. I was like, I'm pretty sure those are Roman numerals. But then he pointed out that triple X is called triple X, not 30, so I don't know. Oh wait, is there sequels? Oh, there's sequels. So I'm just gonna say 13. Well, the anticipated sequel to Minecraft. Oh, there was a mobile game that came out called 13.2. A reimagining of 13 called 13 Lost Identity came out in 2011 on iPhone. And then in 2019, a faithful remake of the original game was announced for PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One, which is being developed. And then originally scheduled for release on November 13th, 2019, but was delayed until 2020. In June 2020, it was announced the game is scheduled for release on November 10th, 2020, which is in 4 days. And there's no other updates on here, so I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen. I don't know anything about this. I don't even know what kind of game it is. Anyway, going back to In Memoriam, what's this? Released as missing since January in the US, is an adventure video game for Windows and Macintosh developed by French studio Lexis Numerique. It uses alternate reality style gameplay in which the player receives emails from other in-game characters, including the game's main antagonist. The player needs to find information and clues to the game's puzzles on the internet, both from real websites and from specially created websites that have been mixed in with other real-world domains. That actually sounds interesting. It kind of sounds like another game I've been playing called Orwell. It's like the same concept, basically. It's really good. I highly recommend everyone try it. Play it. It's on, I think, Steam. I think I have it on Twitch. I didn't even know Twitch games was a thing until recently, and I already have games. I've been accepting things on there, thinking, "Oh, that's cool," and then someone sent me a link and it said it's Prime Gaming, but it's actually Twitch Gaming. You only get to it from the Twitch app on your computer. And I went there and I'm like, oh, I have a bunch of games. Wait, my TV just turned off on its own. I have my Xbox linked to that. So when my Xbox turns off, my TV turns off, and when I turn the Xbox on, the TV turns on. So that's why the TV just turned on. The Xbox turned itself off. But yeah, In Memoriam sounds really good. Actually, I'm curious if there's a way to still get it, because that sounds like Orwell, and Orwell is really good. I'm gonna look that up later. I'm not gonna look it up now. Prince of Persia. Fun fact, and I'm sure most people know this by now, Assassin's Creed started out as a Prince of Persia game. I think it was called Prince of Persia Assassins, and then like as the game development went on further, they were like, this doesn't feel like Prince of Persia. Let's just make it a new IP, and the rest is history. And then of course that's the reason Prince of Persia isn't around anymore. Beyond Good and Evil 2003. Yeah, because I saw this thing on Reddit a while back. People were getting upset because there's no more Prince of Persia games, and the reason is because we have Assassin's Creed now. Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance, Harvest Moon, Fatal Frame 2. I remember Fatal Frame. I think I played one of them. Crimson Butterfly, yeah. I think I played it on the Wii. Or, wait, that's not on the Wii. I just looked. It's on PS2 and Xbox. I played something called Fatal Frame on the Wii. Let's see. Yes, there is some on the Wii. Let's see, the list of them that are on here. The first one, 2001. I don't think that would be on the Wii. Yeah, it wasn't on the Wii. Which one did I play on the Wii? Project Zero Wii Edition, I think. Oh, the game is a remake of Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly. So, wow. Okay, so I did play Crimson Butterfly on the Wii. That's why I was so confused. I think it was still called that. Project Zero 2 Wii Edition does not sound familiar. However, as soon as I saw Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly, I'm like, oh, I played that. So I think it was still labeled in game as Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly. That's kind of funny. Star Wars Trilogy, Alliance of the Force, Rocky Legends. I think I heard of that. Dukes of Hazzards, Myst 4. I already covered that. Alexander, I don't know what that is. Wait, is that like Alexander the Great or something? Let's see. Alexander is a real-time strategy game. I don't like those. And published by Ubisoft, based on a 2004 film of the same name. Oh, Alexander, I did based on the Oliver Stone epic film. That is a good movie. Not entirely accurate. They didn't there's a lot they left out. If you watch, because actually I looked up a documentary on him after I saw the film. I liked it so much. I looked up a documentary of him on like the History Channel, and it was like a Modern Marvels or something, I think. I don't remember. Engineering Feats or Engineering Empire. One of those kind of shows. I will look it up after I watch Alexander. It also wasn't... I didn't watch it until years after it came out. So, I don't know. Something on the History Channel. And it was coming on. I'm like, oh, Alexander the Great. Yay. And I watched it. And I'm like, none of this was in the movie. So, ever since then, I kind of been disappointed by the movie and haven't watched it anymore. Disney's Winnie the Pooh's Rumbly Tumbly Adventure. I've never heard of that, but that sounds interesting. Brothers in Arms. Is that based on the World War II miniseries? Wait, Playboy the Mansion. What? It's a simulation game. Ugh. I don't think I like that. There's an expansion pack too. Music by Prince Charming. Expansion includes new features of the game. Gameplay. Playboy the Mansion puts players in the role of Hugh Hefner, the founder of Playboy magazine. Referred to the game as Hef, the aim of the game is to build the famed Playboy empire from scratch, starting from the humble magazine to celebrity endorsements to home entertainment to internet websites to merchandise. I don't like that at all. Okay, let's see. Raymond Hoodlum's Revenge. I don't think I've heard of that. It's on Game Boy, that's why. Bard's Tale. That is on sale on Xbox, because there's like 10 of them now. I think. Right? There's a lot of them, I think. I'm pretty sure. I could, of course, be wrong. I don't know. I know I saw it on Xbox. Or something. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Bomberman. Darkman. King Kong, the official game of the movie. That came out on... that's the first time I ever touched a DS. I was in... that was still in high school at the time. And some kid on the bus had a DS. And I was like, oh, cool, you have a DS. And he's like, do you want to play it? And I'm like, do I want to play it? And he handed it to me, and the game he had in was King Kong. And I'm like, oh, they have King Kong? And I don't remember much. I think I was in a cave, and I was just so enthralled with the fact I was playing a DS. I wasn't really playing anything. I was just kind of running around this cave like, this is so awesome. But that was the first game I ever played on a DS. And then a bunch of Prince of Persia games. Battles of Prince of Persia. King Kong, the official game of the movie. You cover that one. Rugby Challenge 2006. Wonder when that came out. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Lockdown. CSI. I've been skipping some CSI games because I haven't played any, but I have heard that they're all terrible. So yeah, I've been avoiding mentioning them. Call of Cthulhu. I have one of those on Xbox. It was a free game on with gold, and I don't remember that one too much. It's one of those I played until I got the achievement, and then I quit playing. It's not that I don't know, like I don't know if it's I didn't like it or if I wanted to do something else. Because sometimes like there'll be a game that I play, and I play like the introduction or something, and I'm like, okay, this is good. I'm going to come back to this. I have 3 new games I want to get to, and then I don't come back to it. And that might be one of them. I'll have to go back and look at it. Because I remember, what I do remember is I was intrigued by the concept. Open season. That's not based on the movie, is it? Because the movie was awful. Okay, I've actually never seen the movie. It's not that I think it is awful. It just, I've never crossed paths with it. I'm sure it is a good movie. There's 3 of them. So, maybe they're not. I don't know. Star Wars Lethal Alliance. There's a bunch of Far Cry games now. Resident Evil 4 and Rocky Balboa. TMNT. I think I played that. On the GameCube, it shows. Wow, okay, when I think of GameCube, I think early 2000s. Like, it came out, I think, in 2001. And so I think, like, 2001, 2, 3, 4, that's when I think of GameCube. And here, this is in 2007. I'm like, isn't the Wii out at that point? I think the Wii came out around then. So, I don't know. It just feels weird. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. for PS3. We already discussed that. Driver. I remember the Driver series. I only played Driver San Francisco, though. Naruto. They had got a Naruto game. Blazing Angels. Beowulf. Is that based on the movie? Let's see. Is it based on the movie? It is based on the movie. I saw the movie once when it first came out. And, oh, the characters are voiced by the original actors who starred in the film. I liked the film, but again, I only saw it once when it first came out. I don't know if I would still like it. But, 2007, Assassin's Creed, the very first game. Okay, this is kind of upsetting because every last generation Assassin's Creed game has been ported over to the current generation, except for the first one, because we have the Ezio trilogy, and we have the Rebels, like the Rebel trilogy or the Rebel collection or whatever. I have that on Switch, which now where did I put my Switch games? I don't remember. I moved them, but I don't remember where I put them. That's a little worrying. Wait, are they in here? They are not in there. That is a Brita filter. Okay, I have my Switch games somewhere, and they basically they've been ported over, and usually as a collection, with the exception of Assassin's Creed 3. And then Rogue was also eventually ported over, and Black Flag, but the Rogue and Black Flag are grouped together as I think that's the Rebel Chronicles or the Rebel something. I don't remember. I have it on Switch. I have the physical copy, and I still don't remember. And but yeah, the first Assassin's Creed was great. It's a really good game, and I own it. I own every single Assassin's Creed, including the Chronicles trilogy, which is the Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia, India, and China. And I think those were released on mobile or PSP or something. And then they released them on console, and I bought them. So I own the entire Assassin's Creed series, and now I have Valhalla, and it's not even out yet. So I own literally the entire Assassin's Creed series, except for the movie. I didn't care for the movie. I tried watching it twice. The first time, I stopped it about 10 minutes in, and then the second time, I made it about a half hour in. Yeah, I didn't care for it. I do want to finish it though, because supposedly it's canon. Ubisoft said that they decided to make it part of the overall story from the games instead of starting a cinematic universe. It was like, no, it's all one canon, and we're not doing that. No more heroes. I played the second one on Wii. I don't see that on here. Far Cry 2, Prince of Persia Classic. Is that the old one from the 80s that I always die at the beginning because I can't jump that thing because you move too realistic, and I hate it. I don't hate it. I just don't like it very much. Wait, this is after Assassin's Creed. There's still some games that came out after Assassin's Creed. So why did everyone say that there is no more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Turtles in Time reshelled. Cloudy with a Chance of Meeples. Heroes Over Europe. Where's Waldo? I didn't know they made a game about Where's Waldo. Assassin's Creed 2. Assassin's Creed Bloodlines. That's interesting. Is they're gonna have a expansion in Legion called Bloodlines, and one of the characters is an assassin. And they made Avatar the game from the James Cameron movie. Let's see, 2010 to 2019. Okay, up to this point, let's see. They've been going. It's been. I don't know when the switch happened, but at the beginning, back in the 80s and the 90s, on this list, it was Ubisoft, 2 words, and then at some point they just put them together as Ubisoft. Also, I'm pretty sure it's Ubisoft. That's how I hear them say it whenever they do like conferences and stuff. They say da 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 Ubisoft. And there's a lot of gamers I talk to, and they're like, "You idiot! It's Ubisoft." I was like, "But they say Ubisoft. It's Ubisoft." I don't know. Assassin's Creed 2. Oh, No More Heroes 2. That's the one I played on the Wii. I liked it. And okay, so they re-released the first game and the second game, and then like the spin-off game on the Switch, and there's a third one coming out here in like the next couple months or weeks or something. And I was looking at the descriptions, and even though the games on the Wii use motion controls for the sword, it doesn't look like they brought those over to the Switch. And I know the Switch can do motion controls, so why are they removing them? And if they're not, why are they not saying it in the thing, the description? Red Steel 2, I have played that for sure. Oh wait, no, I don't recognize that. Let's see, Red Steel. Okay, I played the first Red Steel. That one was really good. I didn't know there was a sequel, now that I think about it. Wait, did Ubisoft have anything to do with the sequel? Let me see. Did I miss it or something? See. Okay, it was 2006. It was in the last. I must have skipped over that. Ubisoft did both games. Is there a third one? I don't see anything. Future. In April 2010, the French website spread a rumor that a sequel was in development, according to Nintendo Magazine. Jason Vandenberg feels enthusiastic about making a sequel, but said the current state of the motion control market does not yet justify making a sequel. It was reported by rumors that a sequel would likely be a Wii exclusive and make use of the Wii Vitality sensor. However, since the launch of the Wii U, no further news of a sequel has surfaced. Well, now we're on the Switch. So, and the Switch has way better motion controls than the Wii or the Wii U. So, now is the time. Make a Red Steel 3. Why am I so passionate about that? Because I know there's a fan base out there. It's like it's like, do it for the fans. Even if I don't play it, I know there are people that would. With me, it's like with Pokemon. I'm not a fan of Pokemon, but I don't hate Pokemon. Like, I like Pokemon, but I'm not a fan. Like, I don't really play it. The most I've ever played was I have a 3DS, and I have Pokemon X and Y, and I played Y, I think it was, or X, one of the two. And I got a good ways into it, and it was really fun. And some of my friends are obsessed with Pokemon. And they were like kind of like guiding me throughout the game, and I was like, okay, I'm in this city, what do I do now? And they're like, oh, you want to make sure you do this and that. And I was like, oh, yay. And it was really fun. I really liked it. But like, if I didn't have my friends there to guide me, I probably would have been lost and given up on it. However, like, even though I don't really play Pokemon, when I hear a new game is announced, I get excited for my friends because I know that they'll like it. So, yeah, like, and then I've had people tell me that I'm a fake gamer because I pretend to like Pokemon. Like, I'm not pretending to like Pokemon. I even say, like, I like it, but I'm not a fan, as in, like, I don't actively seek it out to play it. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the video game, I remember that. That one's controversial because it was, you can't, I think it was taken down. You can't play it anymore. I think that's the same game. Probably not, because it says an updated re-release for PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, Microsoft Windows, and Stadia, titled Scott Pilgrim vs. the World: The Game Complete Edition, is scheduled for release in the fourth quarter of 2020. So, I don't know. I just know that I think I heard somewhere that it was removed. There was like a licensing issue and they just took it off. Wait, Just Dance 2. Did I somehow miss the first Just Dance and the last list? Because it's been an annual thing since the first game released, which was apparently in 2009. Yeah! Because I have Just Dance 2020, and throughout, and that came out 2019, last year, and throughout the whole game, it's like, it keeps saying 10 years, 10 years, 10 years, and so 2019 would be 10 years if it came out in 2009. So, yeah. I actually, at one point, I owned every single game for Just Dance. I was obsessed with that series. I think I said that in my history of gaming. I literally switched to Xbox just because of Just Dance. And the first two were Wii exclusives, and the third one, the other consoles were like, hey, we want in on that. So, I have a theory that the only reason that they made the Kinect and the PS Move is so they can get Just Dance. That's a headcanon, I guess. Just Dance Kids. Okay, for a long time, Ubisoft had this side series running alongside of Just Dance, where they'd release Just Dance, and then they'd release Just Dance Kids, where they'd have like children's songs, like Mary Had a Little Lamb and stuff like that. And I guess they realized that cost too much, so now they just merge them together. And the last couple, or 2 or 3, 4 or whatever, Just Dance titles, there's a kids section you can go into and play that. So instead of 2 separate games, they were just mushed into one big game. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Ghost Recon, just Ghost Recon, Michael Jackson: The Experience. I got mad when this game came out because I thought it was. I didn't even know it was. I didn't even know it was out at the time because I didn't pay attention to the dance games at the time because I wasn't into them yet. So when I got into Just Dance, I found out about Michael Jackson: The Experience on GameFly, and I got mad because I'm like, oh, they're just ripping off the Just Dance games. Because this is before I was in. I really paid attention to Ubisoft, and I didn't realize that it's by the same company. Ubisoft made Michael Jackson: The Experience, and I don't remember when it was that I noticed that like every game that I was playing opened with the Ubisoft logo. I don't know when I first noticed it. I just know that at one point I put in a different game and it was like a different logo that wasn't Ubisoft, and I'm like, hey, wait a second, what? Where's? Oh wait, oh, it's like every game I was playing. Like yeah, I was playing Outlast or Outland or something like that. You're like a spirit. it's a side scroller, and you can like change between red and blue, and it's you have like a sword thing, and I haven't played that in forever. And it opened with the Ubisoft logo, and that's another thing. They have such a wide range of games. Beyond Good and Evil HD. Outland. Wow. All I had to do was scroll down a little further, and there it is. Outland 2011. I didn't even hear about it until 2016 because I didn't have an Xbox at the time. Oh, well, it came out on 360, PS3, Microsoft Windows, Mac OS X, Mac OS X. I was like, isn't okay, and then Linux. So yeah, this came out on everything, and I didn't even hear about it until I got an Xbox. I thought it said it was a sequel to something. I was like, wait, I want to play the other ones. Okay, gameplay. Outland is a 2D platformer with action game elements. Gameplay mostly revolves around using light, blue, and dark, red, energies, which allows the player to pass through their respective barriers and attack monsters born from the opposite alignment. Use light to attack dark monsters, etc. Along the way, the players learn special powers from large shrines. From simple melee attacks to the harnessing of light and dark energy, players can also collect hidden objects called Mask of the Gods in order to unlock extras such as concept art or enhanced in-game abilities. Players also have the option to experience the entire storyline online with a friend in cooperative mode. There is also co-op challenges scattered throughout the world that can be unlocked and played when in co-op mode. I did not know about that one. It is a really fun game. I really liked it. But yeah. Wait, is there a sequel? Or is it just the one? Wait, what's the reception on it? The game received favorable reviews on all platforms according to Metacritic, which is good because it's a really good game, and I hope people appreciate it. Smurfs Dance Party. Driver San Francisco. I played that. I played on the Wii. Wait. I'm not seeing it on the Wii. Let's see. Pretty sure I played it on the Wii. Yep, it released on the Wii. I remember the motion controls. So like slamming the cars, you like move the let's say the Joy-Con. You move the Wiimote and you like slam other cars, and I was like, hey, this is different. Wii version. The Wii version of the game does not include the shift mechanic, but allows players to use guns while driving. The SMG and the pistol and shotgun and assault rifle and the RPGs are all the weapons available in the game. The weapons can be upgraded to the following categories, blah blah blah. There's a maximum of 4 levels for each upgrade. The levels... Yeah. Alright, let's see. Plot. Apparently the Wii version has a different plot. The plot of the Wii version of Driver San Francisco is a different story, and the story is a prequel to the original Driver. Why did they do that? So I didn't play the real Driver San Francisco. That's kind of disappointing. But I do remember they didn't forget the game series, because in Watch Dogs 2, the taxi service is called Driver San Francisco. And I like that. I like that little Easter egg. Adventures of Tintin, The Secret of the Unicorn. I like that movie. Just Dance Kids 2. Black Eyed Peas Experience. I didn't know about that, and I'm glad I didn't. ABBA, You Can Dance. I remember that. Assassin's Creed Revelations. Asphalt Injection. I Am Alive. Wait, they did that? That was a free. Yeah, it's this game. It was available for free on Xbox. I didn't know that was Ubisoft. See, they do everything. Like, every game should just be Ubisoft from now on, because it pretty much is, it feels like. Either that, or I just happen to pick games that were made by Ubisoft. Trials Evolution? Again, I didn't know. Just Dance 4, Rocksmith, I own that. I'm trying to learn guitar, but a string broke, and I haven't had much luck with it since. And I think I actually kind of blame the game, because I had a feeling, because you have to tune the guitar with every song. If you pick a song that's in a different like alignment or whatever from the song you just played, you've got to tune it again. And if you keep switching songs, you got to keep tuning it over and over and over and over again. And after only 2 months of having the guitar and playing this game every day, one of the strings broke. And I am pretty sure it's because I had to keep tuning it every 5 minutes. So I decided if I get the string fixed and I play the game again, then I'll tune it, and I'll pick songs that are in the same key or chord or whatever. See, I'm still learning. I didn't play it long enough to learn all that. Because it tells you when wasn't paying attention at the time, but I found out afterwards that it tells you, like, whenever you go to the song, it tells you, like, if it's in, like, whatever key or whatever, or if you need to tune it, and if all these songs are in the same key or tune arrangement. I probably sound like a complete moron, because I am. But anyway, so you can, like, play all these songs that have the same arrangement on the tuning setup. So I'm just gonna move on, because I'm confusing myself now at this point. Rabbids, I've never played that. Zombie U. Avengers Battle for Earth. There's a lot of games here. Smurf 2. Spartacus Legends, I remember that. I didn't know that was them. Now I'm just kind of scrolling down, like South Park Stick of Truth. I remember that one. Child of Light. I didn't know that was them too. And yeah, Watch Dogs was 2014. Here it is. And they did Just Dance Now. That's the app. 2015. Assassin's Creed Rogue and Assassin's Creed Unity released the same day. All this time I thought maybe one was released at the beginning of the year and the other was released at the end of the year. No, they both released November 11th. So they worked on them at the same time, and it actually shows what studios worked on which. For Assassin's Creed Rogue, Ubisoft, Sofia, I can't pronounce some of these. Okay, let's see. Which studios worked on the same? Montreal, Quebec, Singapore. They all worked on Montreal. I think I said that. Yeah, they all worked on both games. And then there's 3 other studios that didn't work on both. They only worked on their own game. So that's probably they could only focus on one game at a time. So of course they I guess they picked Rogue because it was easier, because they're used to working with the 360 and the PS3 hardware, whatever. And the PS4 and Xbox One stuff is that's new. We don't know much about that. I'm just guessing. I don't know. Maybe there's not much different. Maybe I don't know. But the point is, Unity suffered because they had to pick a game to work on, and they picked Rogue. And if they had picked Unity to focus on, Rogue would have been as bad as Unity was. They've since patched Unity up, and I played it because I rejected that game for so long because of how bad it was when it came out. So when uh, I ended up, I literally only bought it. It was back in 2017. I literally only bought it because I was wanting to own all of the Assassin's Creed games because I was really like I liked all of them I had played, but I never played that one. And I was like, I don't want to buy this one because it sucks. And I ended up buying it, and like I said, I didn't want to waste it, so I just popped it in. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna play it in it. I'm just gonna play it till it crashes. And I didn't realize they had patched it, and it's actually an amazing game. I love it. It's one of my favorite. I actually made a list of my favorite, my top 10 favorite Assassin's Creed games, which I'll get to later. I want to continue this. Watch Dogs, Valiant Hearts, The Crew. I have both games actually. Toy Soldiers, Zombie again. Oh yeah, and they did Just Dance, Disney Party, and Disney Party 2. So they did a few Just Dance spin-offs. Far Cry Primal, that was 2006. It feels further away than that. It doesn't feel like it came out 4 years ago. Wow. Wait, that's gotta have been a re-release or something, because it seriously doesn't feel like that came out 4 years ago. No? Yeah, it came out 4 years ago. That is crazy, because that feels like a really old game. Like, so much has happened in the last 4 years that Far Cry Primal feels like it should be, like, I don't know, like 2000. I think I think 2014 is like is like the closest to now. It feels like that came out. If it's had released 2014, I would have been like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So wow, that's crazy. The Division also came out in 2016. That also doesn't feel like it. That doesn't feel right. Just Sing. Huh. I remember that. I never played it though. Watch Dogs 2 also came out 2016. That makes sense though because I bought it because when I bought my 360, my first 360, my first Xbox in summer 2016, and then I found I found an Xbox One original, the black one, the original version of the Xbox One at the pawn shop for like 150. So I sold my Xbox 360 for 150. And the person I sold it to, actually, it was funny because I had like all the peripherals. I had the Kinect, I had a keyboard from the controller, I had like all this other stuff that I was selling with it along with like 25 games, and they were like, this doesn't feel right. I was like, what do you mean? So they handed me like another $20. They're like, here you go. I didn't know it was gonna come with so much stuff, so just take all my money. And then I bought the PS5. I mean, wow. I bought the Xbox One, and then like a week or two later, or maybe, I don't know, it was a brand new game. Watch Dogs 2 came out and I bought it, and it was so new at the time that like I was telling my coworkers that I bought it and I was playing it. They're like, it's not even out yet. And I was like, yeah, it did. And so he whipped out his phone like, oh, I'm going to show you that you're lying. And he looked it up and he goes, oh, it came out last week. I was like, ah, see. Steep, I also own that. For Honor, okay, I didn't think I would like For Honor. It didn't seem like something I would like. I played the beta, and I was shocked that I liked it. And the battle, the combat on that is really unique. How you like use the right analog stick, and like all that. It's so unique, and I didn't think I would like it, but I liked it so much I actually bought it. Mario plus Rabbids. I've never played that because, again, didn't know. Wait, that's on Switch? Oh, I was gonna say I didn't own a Wii U, so I didn't play it. 2018. I love how they're still releasing Just Dance games on the Wii. And then here's Monopoly and Jeopardy, Uno, Wheel of Fortune. Those are all, I guess, those all came out on the same day. Well, except Monopoly, it came out a week before, but still. November 7th, 2017 for Jeopardy, Uno, Wheel of Fortune. Monopoly came out Halloween of that year. And the Stick of Truth again. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Oh, that's currently my favorite Assassin's Creed game. Every game that comes out is now my new favorite Assassin's Creed game. Starting with Origins. Origins was the first time that happened, because before Origins came out, my favorite Assassin's Creed game was Black Flag. And I liked the other games. I played Rogue. That one was good. It was okay. It froze before I even got to New York, and it was a game-ending crash, and it actually corrupted my save, and it made me start over, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna say no to this. So I didn't get very far, but it was fun up till then. And then again, I didn't play Unity up till then, and I played Syndicate, and it was really good, but it wasn't better. To me, it wasn't better than Black Flag. Now I feel kind of different. I actually was funny playing Watch Dogs Legion. It's making me want to play Syndicate again, because they had to start, because when you look at the map, the game map, it's like, well, this is the Syndicate. They just, I mean, obviously it's a completely different map, because it's the map of London, so it's going to look the same, but it's the same map because it's London, and it must have been easy because, like, well, we've done this. Some of the landmarks are still the same. They just had to, like, age them a little bit. But, like, it's not the same map because that was in I think the 1880s, and now this is now. So, I mean, they've got, like, modern buildings and skyscrapers and stuff. So it's not the same, but it's the same, if that makes sense. Like, you see, like, some of the same landmarks, and it's like, hey, I remember that. Just Dance 2019. Brawlhalla. I didn't know that was them either. I didn't like Brawlhalla. It's it's not that it's a bad game. I suck at those kind of games. It's like Smash Brothers basically, except it, like, completely made up characters, and you do like a tournament type thing where you play with other you battle other players, and everyone on there is so good, and I don't have time to figure out what I'm doing, and so I die every single time, and I'm like, I hate this game. So yeah, Growtopia. Wait, they did Growtopia? I've never played it. Okay, I've never played it. I see it on the Switch store. It's like, it's always on sale, and I'm like, I don't want to play that, because I see, like, the screenshots, and I'm like, this doesn't even look interesting. It looks like a cheaply made game, like some indie game that. Wait, it says it's a freemium. Is this a free game? Wait, is it a free game? So why is it always on? Is it on the sale page? I don't know. I always see it on the eShop. I'm not sure where I see it. If it's free, it's not going to be on sale. Wait. Growtopia was available for a period of time on the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One from July 18th, 2019 to July 30th, 2020, before being discontinued in order to allocate all resources back to support mobile and PC version. The decision to discontinue all console support was declared on April 27th, 2020, and had followed from a previous announcement on July 19th, 2020. Uh, okay, so apparently there were many more players playing on the Android, iOS, and PC versions, and so that's why they discontinued the console versions. So that makes sense. I'm not really upset because again, like I never played it. I thought it was like some. I was like, I'm not gonna play that. But now I knew it was Ubisoft. I wish I'd have played it. And then I didn't know they did the Star Trek Bridge Crew, and they did Breakpoint, and that is the end of the 2010s. And 2020 to present, which this list is just going to be this year. Wait, The Crew 2 came out this year? There's no way, 'cause I played it last year. Let's see. Oh, Stadia. It came out this year on Stadia. I was going to say, there's no way that it just came out this year. Alright, let's see. Brawlhalla. Oh, it came out on mobile now. Hyperscape. I didn't know that was them either. Ubisoft did Hyperscape? I have it on Xbox. I think it was either free or it was on the Game Pass thing. I have it installed. I played it. See, this is how used to I am seeing the I'm so used to seeing the Ubisoft logo that I don't even notice it. If I played Hyperscape once, and I didn't even notice the Ubisoft logo. And I've played it for like an hour, and I'm like, okay, this game is cool. I liked it. I just haven't played it since. I don't know why. It's like, yeah. Watch Dogs Legion, which it came out last week, last week. Assassin's Creed Brawlhalla, which comes out on the 10th. Wait, and then the 12th. It says, oh, okay. This makes sense. This is what was so confusing. On November 10th, 2020, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now I'm getting games mixed up. Assassin's Creed Valhalla will release on Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, Stadia, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Xbox Series S. On November 12th, 2020, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will release on PlayStation 5. Wait! I haven't seen anything about this. On November 12th, Just Dance 2021 will release, and I didn't even know it was coming out. So I could have pre-ordered it. But that's coming out on a lot. Wait. It's not coming out on the Wii? Wait, it is also the first game in the main series not to be released for the Wii. And a launch title for the PS5. Okay, that would be funny if it was on the Wii still, because it's on the Wii and the PS5. That's kind of funny, but it's not coming out. It's the first game in the series to not come out on the Wii, which is actually kind of sad if you think about it, because it started on the Wii, and so. Yeah, now that I think about it, it's kind of fitting. The 10-year anniversary game, Just Dance 2020, that was the last Just Dance game to be released on the Wii. So that's kind of fitting. I'm really excited about this game. Well, okay, so with Just Dance, I think the last really good game in the series was 2016. Released in 2015. 17 was okay. 18, I didn't really care about it. 19 and 20, I picked like 2 or 3 songs to dance to, and Yeah, like they've just been going downhill. I still buy them because I still like them. And again, it's Ubisoft, so yeah. I'm still gonna support them even if I don't like the game. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game complete edition. Does that have a Wikipedia? It does not. It just links back to the one I read earlier. Apparently, that's still the release date is 2020, and next to it is TBA. So, wait, July 21st, 2021. There's a print to purchase and to Times remake. Actually, I think I did hear about that. I think they announced it earlier this year or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. Far Cry 6. That one sounds awesome. I saw. I don't know if there's been more released about it, but it sounds really good. Wait, Assassin's Creed. Wait, are they re-releasing it? Oh, on Oculus. So they're redoing Assassin's Creed, but it's only for VR, and it's only for the Oculus. Let's see. Future games. Oh wait, this is... Oh, this is for the franchise, not... Oh, okay, well... I don't know. List. Let's see. Rainbow Six Quarantine is the next Rainbow Six game. It's also TBA. And then Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, it's Oculus as well. They keep teasing another Splinter Cell because they put Sam Fisher in everything now. And it's like, okay, you gotta... If you can't do this unless you're actually going to release a new Splinter Cell game. Because you're just teasing us, and it's not funny anymore. Or, I don't know. So that's me boring you for an hour and a half talking about... Just going down a list of Ubisoft games. I don't know, like... Part of me is tempted to not even post this because it's literally just me going down a list of Ubisoft games. I've really been wanting to do an episode like in honor of Ubisoft or something, like celebrating Ubisoft. And I guess a way of doing that is going down the list of all their games and reminiscing about the games that I've played and the games I wanted to play or have heard about, the games I look forward to. Like the Assassin's Creed series, like they got the new one coming out next week, but like, what are they doing after that? Because I think they said at the beginning when they did Origins, this is the first of a trilogy. But like, okay, this is the third one of the Origins series. What's after this? I mean, we'll probably have to wait. I mean, we're gonna find out because it's gonna. The game's going to come out, and we're going to see what happens with the characters and everything. I know they said long ago they had the ending. They know how the series was going to end, but it could be any time. Like they could do 50 games before then, but they just know how it's going to end. Or they can do 2 games before it ends. So I know they have an end in sight and it's written or whatever, and they know what. I don't know what they said that before the soft reboot, which is that's what I call Origins, because they took a year off and then they did Origins. And it was like a soft reboot in the same universe. And so the reboot series, which is Origins, Odyssey, and now Valhalla, which I was kind of disappointed when I saw the title, because I wanted it, because there's 2 games in a row that begin with an O, and I wanted it to be the O trilogy, and it was Valhalla, and so when I first saw that, I thought it was a joke. I'm like, no, what's it really called? Valhalla. They broke it. Unless it's Uv. I don't know. I'd love to actually visit there. I mean, I did visit last year. I went to San Francisco, and they have a studio there. A really nice one from what I've seen in pictures and stuff. And I went to visit my best friend there, and I told her, like, one thing we have to do is we have to go to Ubisoft because it's my favorite game studio, and I love them, and I want to go there. And so we walked there. We took the bus, and we got off a few blocks, and there was Ancestry.com is right there next to it, and some other, I think, like IGN is nearby, and like there's a lot of business, a lot of companies that, like, if I don't remember all of them that were like in that area, but I was like, I know that one, and like they're all right there. It's so cool. And it's like when you think of Ancestry.com, I'm thinking it's just a website. I keep forgetting that there's got to be people running it. Like, websites aren't just people in their garage now. Like, they have big buildings with thousands or hundreds of workers. And the Ancestry building was actually a lot bigger than the Ubisoft building. But anyway, we got to the front door, and I saw there was like a card slider thing, there was like a pad thing you like push a card against to unlock the door, and I was like, oh, we can't go in. And my best friend was like, well, just try the door. And I was like, no, I don't want to, because what if an alarm goes off? And she goes, just try the door. So I tried the door, and it was locked. It wouldn't even budge. And I could see there's like a reception. There's somebody I could see someone on the other side. I don't know if it's a receptionist or if she's like, I don't know what she was doing, but she looked up, and I kind of took a step back, and she waved, and I waved, and then I got a picture of the sign just so I could say I was been there. My mistake was I took a picture of the sign in the same angle that everyone else did, and I should have taken a selfie with the sign because I posted it, and I posted it on Reddit, and I was like, I was just at Ubisoft, and people were like, oh, you stole that picture, and they linked to like 100 pictures that looked exactly like mine, and I was like, I should have taken a selfie with it. Too late. People thought I faked it. I'm like, you just stole that picture. And yeah, there was like 100 pictures from the same angle with like different lighting, different times of day, different weather, and yeah. So I should have taken a selfie with the building or the sign or whatever. Anyway, this has gone on for an hour and a half, hour and 33 minutes. So I'll probably, I'll probably just end this now. I don't know what I was gonna say there. It just feels weird I just repeatedly going, I really like Ubisoft, I love Ubisoft, I'll do anything for Ubisoft. Some people call me pathetic. I've actually had people tell me that because I'll literally buy a game just because it's Ubisoft, just to support them, even if it's something I'm not even interested in. Like, I bought those 4 games I said, Uno, Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, Monopoly. I bought all 4 of them, and I'm not really interested in those types of games. I literally only did it because it was Ubisoft. And actually, now that I'm done with that, I want to do... Okay, let's see. Where is... like I said, I made a list of my favorite Assassin's Creed. I don't remember where it is. I did 4 posts. 5. Okay, Assassin's Creed. There we go. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Well, I talked about Assassin's Creed in all of them. I don't know where it is. I'm assuming, actually, let's go back. One of these, because I did on I have a blog, and oh, there it is. Okay, there's a site called IGDB. It's if you know what IMDb.com is. If you know what IMDb is, you kind of get the idea of what IGDB is. It's basically the same thing. It's not affiliated with IMDb at all. Yeah, they're basically trying to document every game, and for a while you could actually do posts and stuff, but then they removed that feature for I don't know. And before they did, I copied every one of my posts and saved them to my blog as 5 different things called my IGDB posts parts 1 through 5, and one of them had my top 10 list, and here it is. It says I've been thinking about making this list ever since I found out there's 11 main Assassin's Creed titles, and I've played all of them. This is my top 10 Assassin's Creed titles. Number 10, Revelations. Number 9, Assassin's Creed 2. Number 8, Assassin's Creed 3. Number 7, Syndicate. Number 6, Assassin's Creed. 5, Brotherhood. 4, Unity. See, it's higher up in the list, like I said. 3, Black Flag. 2, Origins. And 1, Odyssey. And I wrote, this came as a surprise to no one, because like every other post I did on there was about Odyssey. It was right after it came out. And then I wrote underneath of that, I didn't like Rogue at all. I actually forgot about it until I saw the HD remaster on the Xbox store a couple weeks ago. Let me add to that. At that point, I hadn't bought that, and then I bought it later after I wrote this, and I played it, and this time it didn't freeze and crash. I got to New York and I got really far into it, and it's a really good game. They're all really good games. From what I can tell, there is no bad Assassin's Creed games. There's some that are better than the others. Like, Origins and Odyssey are definitely, they're better than the others, but, that doesn't mean that the others are bad. Assassin's Creed, people said that Ubisoft made a huge mistake re-releasing Assassin's Creed 3, doing the HD remaster. Some people said they made a mistake re-releasing that after releasing Origins and Odyssey, because people play it and they realize, oh, this was back when Assassin's Creed was good, and now you can see it's not the same. No. That's not a good way to look at that at all. It's just an older Assassin's Creed game. Every series evolves. Can you imagine? Okay, some people were saying it's just a real Assassin's Creed. It is Assassin's Creed. It is a real Assassin's Creed because it's titled Assassin's Creed. It's not some generic ripoff called Creative Assassins or something. And the difference between the first Assassin's Creed and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, they're not even remotely the same. And that's good. If every single game was the exact same and they never evolved the series and in every entry was the exact same, it would have gotten stale, and it was. That's why they had to take a year off to actually rework the series, because it was getting stale. But again, those games were good. They were just, okay, we've seen this. Maybe it's a different location, but this is nothing new. Oh, you gave them a tether so they can go up buildings faster. That's not enough. So then they took a break, and it's an RPG now. You revived the series. Look at Mario. Mario started off as a side-scrolling platformer, and then they did the Mario 64. It was in 3D, and then Sunshine, and now Odyssey. Wow, I didn't. I have made that connection, but it was a while back. Yeah, Super Mario Odyssey it's not even remotely close to how like Mario 64 was, or the original Mario Brothers. I don't hear anyone complaining, "Oh, this isn't real Mario." This because like it's just nothing like Mario. They've ruined Mario because they've completely changed it. No, they improved it by not keeping it the same and doing something new with it. And that's what they did with Assassin's Creed. They by changing the genre to by changing it to an RPG, they breathed new life into the series, and they made it better than it was, because again, it was getting stale. And I didn't start buying all of these, because up at that point I had played them all. I didn't own them all. It was after Origins came out and Odyssey that I started to actually buy them, and now I own them because they revitalized the series. Before, it was just a game I would rent them on GameFly or something or whatever. I'd play them in some way, like borrow it from a friend or something, and it was like, okay, yeah, this is Black Flag, this is Unity, and Syndicate's okay, but now I own them. Like, they're all good. I could literally go on all day, and this is just on Assassin's Creed. I can do the same thing with like Watch Dogs. I loved Watch Dogs, the first game, and like everyone was, like I said earlier, everyone was criticizing the game because of that graphical downgrade. I just love the game. I loved the tone of it. It was very serious, and like I don't know, it's like the feel of it. There was something special about it. It's like the tone. I can't describe it. It's just, I don't know. I want to say dark anime, but I think I'm the only one that would understand that. Because, like, I don't know. I don't know, like, not like a literal anime, but I don't. Okay, I'm gonna stop that analogy, because I was trying to describe. See, like, even my close friends that know me very well and usually understand what I'm saying, I try to explain that to them, and they were like, "I don't know where you're going with this." I was like, I can't explain it any better. And the second one, they lightened the tone up because like a lot of people were complaining it was too dark and serious. And the second one, they made it more comedic. And then the third one, they really went wild with it, and I love it. And yeah, I could go on all day about all these different series they do, because Ubisoft, it's such a massively varied company. Like, they do all sorts of games. They don't just do Assassin's Creed. And there's there was the stereotype of the Ubi Towers in all the games, that it was only a few years. They only did that for like a few games for over a few years, where you had to go climb the tower and do the thing to unlock the area, which I actually didn't mind that. It was fun. I liked climbing the towers to unlock a region. That was fun to me. But then, like, other people were like, "Oh, this is boring. We've done this." But yeah, but now we're in Nepal doing it. And I love in Far Cry 5, they started the game, you had to climb an antenna, and when you reach the top, the guy over the walkie-talkie goes, "Don't worry, I'm not going to make you climb antennas all over the county. This is the only one." That was Ubisoft speaking to us, saying, "This is the one time." There was another instance in that game where you had to climb a tower, but it wasn't to unlock an area. There was a signal thing, because I don't remember too well. I think like they were broadcasting the New Eden, I don't remember the names. The Edeners? Anyway, they had like a signal. They were like broadcasting or something, and you had to go and destroy the receiver or whatever. I haven't played it in a couple of years. Okay, let me alone. I could also go on about Far Cry and why I think it's too soon to release Far Cry 6. But I won't do that. Yeah. Ubisoft. I will end this by saying, go support Ubisoft and buy some Ubisoft games, especially the newer ones. Black Flag. Assassin's Creed Valhalla comes out on the 10th. I recommend buying a copy. Watch Dogs Legion just came out last week. I bought it and I've been playing it, and it is incredible. It's probably my favorite in the trilogy. They did remove some features that I really liked in Watch Dogs 2, but I guess like the things they added kind of make up for it. I don't have very many complaints about it. My only real complaint, I guess, is that it crashes too much. Like, if I play it for more than an hour, it does the thing where there's like the, I can't do it. It does and then it kicks me to the dashboard, and I have to reboot up the game. But that's like their only real complaint, and they can patch that out. I'm surprised they haven't already, but they will. I know they will. But anyway, this has gone on for almost 2 hours. This is an hour and 46 minutes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and end it.